Right now at 5, do you qualify for a COVID booster shot where you can sign up locally? Plus, a key test vote in the Senate as a government shutdown looms. We're breaking down what's at stake. But first, the next saga in Twin Ports construction detours started today. What drivers can expect.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening, I'm Natalie Grant. Kristen is off tonight. Thanks for joining us. Heads up to drivers traveling through Duluth. Major changes to the freeway are now in place. It's all a part of the ongoing Twin Ports Interchange project, a more than $300 million effort to make that stretch of road safer and easier to navigate. Here's a live look at that area right now. Now, one of the biggest differences you're going to notice, traffic heading south on I-35 is now rerouted to Lower Michigan Street. Cars will head back onto the freeway just north of 27th Avenue West. Project leaders say this will allow them to add another lane of southbound traffic, something they say will be a big improvement compared to the one lane heading south.
That's obviously beneficial for winter conditions, room to put some snow, as well as be able to, not have any concerns about, a stalled vehicle, a vehicle spun out or whatever due to ice and snow conditions, and still be able to pass traffic.
This setup will last until next fall. MnDOT leaders say this allows them to shift traffic so they can fix up other parts of the road. The speed limit on Lower Michigan will be 40 miles per hour. And drivers aren't the only ones impacted by the detours. Business owners in Lincoln Park have seen all the construction happen firsthand. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo joins us now live near I-35 where the detours are all happening. Kendall, how are the business owners feeling about this new rerouting of traffic?
Well, Natalie, here's the stretch of highway that just opened to drivers this afternoon. It's the new pathway for travelers going southbound on I-35. Right now, traffic is flowing pretty freely, which is a good sign because it's still open to only one lane. MnDOT officials are hoping to open it to both lanes in the next 24 to 48 hours. While the change will take a while to get used to, business owners in Lincoln Park are ready to roll with the punches. Joel Baird owns Two Loons Gallery and Boutique with his wife Lori. The store is located on Superior Street, just a couple of blocks from the new southbound I-35 reroute. Baird says while the traffic will cause some problems like congestion in the area, it's overall a good sign. For Baird, more construction is the sign of more growth and more customers in the area.
It's been a real positive process. I mean, everything's a roller coaster, little ups and downs, but we have really grown, and we've seen the area grow, and I think it's a real positive process that's going on throughout this.
Baird wants his customers to know even though some surrounding roads are closed, there's always a way to get to the store and parking is still available. And while added construction can be a cause of concern for many business owners, Baird says there's no point in worrying about something that he just can't control. And as for this reroute, he's just waiting it out to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, definitely a good attitude going into this. Thanks, Kendall. And coming up tonight at 6, we're hearing what business owners say the construction means for Lincoln Park as a whole. Well, here's another big change that you'll want to know about. The southbound I-35 ramp heading on to I-535 closed today. That means if you're trying to head from Duluth to Wisconsin, you'll have to go on the Bong Bridge. You can still access the Blotnick Bridge from Garfield Avenue or northbound I-35. Proctor School Board is set to meet tonight amid an ongoing police investigation into student misconduct on the high school's football team. Both school leaders and Proctor police told us they can't talk about the nature of the allegations, saying minors are involved. The St. Louis County Attorney's Office told us today that the matter has not been referred to by their office for any possible charges at this point. Proctor police say that they are still investigating. The student misconduct allegations aren't on the school board agenda for tonight. But we do plan to have a reporter there at that meeting. It starts at 7 o'clock. We'll bring you the latest on any possible conversation coming up tonight at 10. And tonight, the Duluth City Council will decide how much taxpayers could be paying in this upcoming year. The council is expected to vote on the proposed property tax levies during tonight's meeting. That means the council will set the maximum percentage they can raise taxes for the 2022 spending year. That's expected to come out to about 11%. However, some councilors say that number will likely be lower when the final budget is approved. The council sets a max percentage now, but can lower it come December. When they vote to approve the full budget, they cannot raise the levy percentage once it is set. That meeting starts tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll have the latest from tonight's decision coming up on the CBS3 News at 10. Well, St. Louis County will start giving out COVID booster shots this week. If you're eligible to get the Pfizer vaccine the first time around and meet some other qualifications. Those include people 65 and older living in long-term care settings, people with underlying health conditions, and those at increased risk of exposure. The county's public health department appointments start on Friday. We'll have information about how to schedule one on our website. And COVID cases are rising in St. Louis County, especially among school-age kids. Here's a comparison county health officials shared today. It shows the percentage of change in case numbers by age group between infants to 9 years old. Cases are up about 152%. That's about 100% from 10 to 19-year-olds. For comparison, cases are up about 38% among 40-year-old adults. Now, county health leaders are reminding everyone to consider wearing a mask, avoiding large gatherings if possible, and get vaccinated if you are eligible. Well, the nation is just days away from a possible shutdown. The Senate is expected to take the first step on a measure to prevent a lapse in funding. But Republicans are vowing to block it over a provision to suspend the federal debt ceiling. Natalie Brandt reports the latest from Capitol Hill.
Almost a week after the House passed a measure to temporarily fund the government and suspend the federal debt limit, the Senate gets a turn with a key test vote Monday evening ahead of Friday's looming shutdown deadline.
We are doing everything we can to prevent that from happening.
Republicans in the evenly divided Senate say they will only support a clean vote on the continuing resolution.
There's no chance Republicans will help lift Democrats' credit limit so they can immediately steamroll through a socialist binge.
Congressional Republicans have called out Democrats over plans to spend trillions of dollars on their budget reconciliation bill and their opposition to raising the debt ceiling. But Democrats say the increase is about paying the debts the U.S. has already accumulated.
By blocking an extension of the debt limit, Republicans will solidify themselves for a long time as the party of default.
Meanwhile, federal agencies are working on contingency plans for a possible shutdown.
People are very, very much on edge.
Jacqueline Simon is the policy director for the American Federation of Government Employees. She says federal workers are not the only ones who suffer during a shutdown.
There are a lot of people who rely on government services, from veterans to the elderly and the disabled. There's a ripple effect, and it hurts the economy.
The longest government shutdown in U.S. history lasted 35 days, from December 2018 to January 2019 under former President Donald Trump, affecting roughly 800,000 federal workers. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Today, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said public health agencies will be exempt from a possible shutdown. Meanwhile, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has warned the U.S. could reach its borrowing limit to pay its debts sometime next month. Well, Dave joins us now for a quick check of the weather. Definitely another kind of fall-like day out there, but it's a beautiful kind of week we have ahead of us.
Yeah, it is going to be very beautiful. If today felt like fall to you, Natalie, tomorrow's going to feel like summer once again, even though it is officially fall now, about a week into it. Let's take a live look at what's going on in Ashland. And if you ask me, it looks awfully summery over there. The sky's not so bad. The water looks beautiful. Just along the shoreline, you see some hints of color beginning there. So some places have much better fall colors now than others. Closer to the lake, things do tend to hold on just a little bit longer. And tomorrow, well, it's going to be dry and sunny thanks to high pressure that's taking over the upper Midwest. Just might stay that way through Wednesday. Next rain chance could be on Thursday. But for the short term, it'll be partly cloudy tonight with lows in the 40s and then mid-70s tomorrow for lakeside communities like Duluth up over the hill. But even upper 70s farther inland. Will this last beyond Tuesday? I'll show you with my 7-day forecast just a little bit later here in the news.
All right, thanks, Dave. Still to come at Live at 5, a local student has been chosen for a unique year-long experience. Details as we take you around the Northland right after the break.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. It's always a good day for a car wash at Miller Mall Car Wash. But just to be safe, watch Caitlin's Car Wash Forecast. Weekday mornings on CBS3 This Morning with meteorologist Caitlin Moffett. Sponsored by Miller Mall Car Wash. Only on live, local CBS3.
Are you ready to freshen up your fall wardrobe? From cozy sweaters to fashionable accessories, Angie's Closet has it all. We are a consignment boutique that features designer brand women's clothing and accessories, all at an affordable price. Visit Angie's Closet today.
The Royal Enfield Bullet was designed in 1955 and not updated until 2008. It takes an experienced hand to keep one running. I've ridden in the rain and the snow, but prefer not to. That's why motorcycles and meteorology go together so well. It also takes an experienced hand to make an accurate riding forecast. As our region's longest-serving meteorologist, I think I have the touch needed to get it right.
Watch Dave Anderson weeknights at 5, 6, and 10.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Spirit Mountain as colors continue to come out and another beautiful fall week is ahead. Dave will be in with your full week's forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. An open house for a snowmobile group in Chisholm and a unique fall celebration this weekend in Stone Lake. All that and more as we take you on the Northland, city by city. We're starting things out tonight in Duluth, where a local middle schooler has been selected to a unique year-long experience. Hayden Annalise David was selected as one of 36 10 to 14-year-olds chosen to be a part of the Scholastic Kids Press program. Children were chosen from all around the world to spend the next year interviewing leaders and experts in the community about what matters most to kids. Their stories will be published on the Kids Press website. All of our congrats to Hayden. Next, we're heading to Chisholm, where a local snowmobile club is gearing up to celebrate this weekend. This Saturday, the Path Blazers Snowmobile Club of Chisholm, Hibbing, and Side Lake will be hosting an open house at their new clubhouse. The celebration will run from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and will allow guests to see trail grooming equipment, meet club members, and learn more about snowmobiling and the local trail system. Free burgers, hot dogs, chips, and drinks will also be available. And we're wrapping up tonight in Stone Lake, Wisconsin, where they'll be celebrating a long-standing fall festival this weekend. This Saturday will be the 43rd annual Stone Lake Cranberry Festival, while the main festival and events will be held on Saturday. Things are kicking off on Thursday night with a dinner at the Stone Lake Lions Hall and cranberry baking contest on Friday. Saturday's main day events include an outdoor flea market, marsh tours, parade, and a kite derby. For a full list of events or more information, we have a link posted on our website. Well, if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, a former Viking and Supreme Court justice paid a visit to one local elementary school this morning. More on this exciting visit in just a few minutes.
Today's temperatures, well, a little bit warmer than normal. The normal is 62. Duluth Airport made it to 64, but tomorrow, mid to upper 70s, very likely. Will it last, though? That's the big question, and we'll answer that coming up after the break.
We're kicking off a new season in NYC. I'm putting the y'all in New York. You didn't even know it was there, but it is now.
Come on down to Hannah Johnson Fabrics and Sewing Studio in Lakeside Marketplace. Don't know where to start? Visit our new sewing classroom and studio. Whether you're a brand new sewist or you've sewn for years, we have a class for you at Hannah Johnson Fabrics. We'll help you get your projects going with our huge selection of high-quality designer and specialty fabrics. Our friendly staff will help you find exactly what you need. Come see us in person or register for classes online at hannahjohnsonfabrics.com.
We've got new information now explaining why.
Why should ordinary Americans care what's happening here in Ukraine?
Deep divisions remain.
Elizabeth, why did they kick you out?
They are expecting public unrest.
Why are they releasing these videos now?
Police are pushing us back.
We found one hell of a story of survival.
That's why you have to do your own research to get to the truth.
Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
How do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
How do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water.
The Kelly Clarkson Show is hitting the road and kicking off a new season in NYC. Big shows, big stars, and big surprises. From Central Park to Coney Island, I'm putting the y'all in New York. You didn't even know it was there, but it is now.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke every Tuesday at 10. Only on live local CBS3. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
So today felt a little like autumn, but tomorrow could feel very summery, so it's still appropriate to talk about these beach hazard alerts when the National Weather Service puts them out. And because of the chance for high waves and riptides here tonight, it's not a great night to go swimming either on Park Point or Wisconsin Point. Weather Service says until about 7 o'clock here tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, though, it may be a nice time to check out the beach one last time as our temperatures go into the mid to upper 70s, but really only for a day. As early as Wednesday, we'll start to dial back a little bit. Still be warmer than normal, but it may not be beach weather after that. We'll talk more about this forecast, of course, after we take a look at the current conditions that are coming in from Duluth International, and it's 61 degrees there right now. 72% is the relative humidity with an easterly, southeasterly wind that's going 8 miles per hour. Air pressure is just a tiny bit on the higher side at 29.96 inches of mercury. But with a big high over the upper Midwest, odds are barometer readings will stay up there, get even higher perhaps for tomorrow and Wednesday. Thursday's our next chance for a low pressure system and a shot at some rain. Current temps, well, we're looking at 63 to 65 in the Upper Peninsula at this moment, and the range of numbers is going from 59 in Superior to 67 in Hayward for our friends in Wisconsin, and our Minnesota friends have anywhere from the mid-50s to the lower 70s. And so we've got the mid-50s up the Gunflint Trail, low 60s from Two Harbors to Proctor, 70 though for Moose Lake, 71 in Grand Rapids, 69 degrees International Falls. Again, tomorrow's range of temperatures likely will go 75 to 78 inland with 65 to 70 by the lake. Doppler map right now shows there's only a few clouds in the sky as higher pressure takes over the region to keep us high and dry through midweek. So Short-term forecast says that high will stay in place, and it'll warm up tomorrow because high-pressure systems like to let in a lot of extrasolar radiation. The sinking air of the high creates a bit of compressional heating, and then we have this warm front that'll help nudge along a southerly wind into our region. All those factors make tomorrow fairly toasty, but as early as Wednesday, it cools back down towards 70. Then once we get towards Thursday, this low-pressure system from the west gets closer, and we start to see rain chances for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well. Tonight in Minnesota, let's talk about temperatures there. They will go from 43 towards Hibbing, Chisholm, Nashua, Keewatin to about 50 right by the lake. Looking at the forecast for Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps there 41 to 47, and everyone gets a partly cloudy sky. Tomorrow, there's the mid to upper 70s for Wisconsin and the UP with a mostly sunny sky. And Minnesota numbers may be a little cooler by the lake, but mid to upper 70s inland as well. So, like we mentioned, it won't last, but still, the normal high is 62. So, Wednesday and Thursday at 70, not so bad. 69 on Friday. We don't fall back to normal till next Monday. But now for the rain chances, yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, showers are possible. Then another chance could be with us by next Monday.
All right, thanks, Dave. Duluth elementary schoolers got a visit today from a role model with a very diverse resume. Alan Page is a former Minnesota Viking, the first African-American justice on the Minnesota Supreme Court, and a Presidential Medal of Freedom winner. He stopped by the Lowell Elementary School to read his book, Alan and His Perfectly Pointy, Impossibly Perpendicular Pinky. Say that 10 times fast. Page says for him, these visits gave him hope for the future.
But when you're in a classroom with young children like that, you see the hope for the future. They give me a great deal of hope and a great deal of joy.
Page also held a community event at Zeitgeist this evening, talking about his proposed amendment to the Minnesota Constitution. He says it pushes to give every child in Minnesota an equal right to a quality education. Well, Duluth police are putting the fight against breast cancer on their forefront. The department unveiled new pink patches today, which are part of the Pink Patch Project. Departments across the country wear them during the month of October to raise awareness against the deadly disease. Community members can also buy a patch for $10. All of the money raised will go towards breast cancer research. We have more information about how to donate on our website. Well, it's that time of the show again where we get to talk about adoptable pets. Today's pet comes to us from Northwoods Humane Society in Hayward. This is Riley. She's a bull terrier mix looking for a new home fast. Our friends at the shelter tell us that she's an athletic and sweet dog who loves people and belly rubs, but she's starting to get cooped up at the shelter. They want to see her go to a happy and active new home. Plus, her adoption fee has already been sponsored. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Riley, you can call the number listed on your screen. Still to come, CBS 3's Kelly Hinseth joins us to break down a spectacular weekend in Minnesota and Wisconsin sports. More on the Brewers, Vikes, and Packers right after the break.
When I left the military, I was excited for a fresh start, but civilian life has been harder than I thought it would be. Figuring out a new career while also being a good mom, wife, and friend. Go to your room! Some days I'm barely keeping my head above water. To get back to enjoying life again, I needed to get help. Opening up to someone was a big step for me. I feel like I'm heading in the right direction. Discover how other women veterans like me have learned to thrive after military service by taking care of themselves and their mental health. Visit maketheconnection.net/womenveterans.
Playing a firefighter on TV has taught me the importance of fire safety and installing alarms in your home. I'm Taylor Kinney. Talk to your family about fire safety and take key steps to help protect what matters most. Every 24 seconds, a fire department responds to a fire. 3 out of 5 home fire deaths happen in homes that don't have properly working smoke alarms or no alarms at all. It's critical to test your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms regularly. It's simple. Just press the test button. You'll need to change the batteries at least every 6 months or upgrade to First Alert 10-year sealed battery alarms to eliminate the need to replace the batteries for a decade. Think about the last time you replaced your alarms. Alarms don't last forever and should be replaced at least every 10 years. Don't wait, replace. Make sure you have proper placement and the right number of alarms in your home. Install alarms on every level and in every bedroom. For more fire safety tips and reliable protection you can trust, visit firstalert.com.
More than 70,000 people die from drug abuse in a year. 7.5 million people work more than one job to make ends meet. Human trafficking is a $32 billion industry in the U.S. On a single night, over 500,000 people are homeless in the U.S. Together, with thousands of corporate partners and millions of donors and volunteers, United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Together, in a year, we help more than 3 million people get health care services and support, and over 1 million people get on the path to financial stability. We help more than 2 million at-risk teens with out-of-school programs and individualized support, and over 500,000 people get back on their feet with job skills training. These are the faces of change. You can be one too.
New changes are coming to I-35. What drivers need to know.
Lowell Elementary School student got a surprise from a former Vikings player. We'll have the details tonight.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
Well, CBS3's Kelly Hinseth joins us now for a weekend sports recap. Kelly, it was definitely a good weekend to be a fan in both Minnesota and Wisconsin, but how about those Brewers?
Yeah, not a ton to complain about on this Monday. The wait is finally over. Milwaukee Brewers, the NL Central is finally yours. The Milwaukee Brewers clinched the 4th division crown in franchise history. In front of their fans to join on the celebration, Willie Adames launched a go-ahead home run in the first inning to erase an early deficit, and Milwaukee never let the lead go, finishing a 3-game sweep with an 8-4 win over the Mets at American Family Field in front of the largest crowd all year on a picturesque early fall Sunday afternoon and the final day of the final regular season homestand. Let's go.
It's not all easy. It's not going to be. You're not going to get the result you want every single day. But we put ourselves in a great position, and then we earned all that, and then we came out this weekend and took it.
Gotta love on-field celebrations. Out on the West Coast, the Green Bay Packers have left their Week 1 lost in the past, far in the past, now putting together 2 wins in a row. Aaron Rodgers completed 2 deep passes to Davante Adams on a last-minute game-winning drive, setting up a game-winning field goal from Mason Crosby. The final play of the game gave the Packers that 30-28 victory over the San Francisco 49ers. And how about one more? Down in Minneapolis, the Minnesota Vikings accelerated past the Seattle Seahawks during their home opener. Sunday's 30-17 victory marked the team's first win over the Seahawks in 12 years, and it was a nice one. Kirk Cousins threw for 3 touchdown passes before the half. Alexander Mattison also stepped in for the injured Dalvin Cook, racked up 171 total yards. They are 1-2. Let's hope this is the start of something new.
Yeah, hopefully we keep this trend going a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thanks, Kelly. We'll see you up here, of course, tonight at 6 for more highlights and more recaps coming up in just a little bit.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. Overdose deaths soaring, and the DEA is warning about counterfeit pain medications out there that are laced with meth and fentanyl. Very deadly. We've got that story coming up on the CBS Evening News.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Need a flu shot? Schedule your flu shot online today at essentiahealth.org/flu.
New changes are coming to I-35. What drivers need to know.
Lowell Elementary School student got a surprise from a former Vikings player. We'll have the details tonight.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
You up for a ride?
Saddle up.
I got you right where I want you.
Where do you want me?
You let me do the worrying, okay?
I got something here you might want to see.
Good team effort.
Practically family.
Come Come on, bring it in. No, we're not hugging.
NCIS moves to Mondays, followed by NCIS Hawaii. New tonight at 9/8 Central on CBS.
Farewell scenes are familiar to the 4th Division, but this time their destination is the other side of the Atlantic.
For some, serving means deploying overseas to make the world a safer place. But for many men and women in the National Guard and Reserve, serving happens closer to home.
The vast majority of New Orleans, Louisiana is underwater.
Major eruption occurring at 8:32 approximately this morning on Mount St. Helens.
My soldiers, they have been working nonstop, around the clock.
We're starting to get some reports of fire in Paradise.
No matter if you've deployed overseas or responded to crisis here at home, you've earned the right to mental health support. Whether it's care at the VA or finding a provider in your community, if you need help, VA will be there. Go to BeThereForVeterans.com to learn how VA supports members of the National Guard and Reserve.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News. Live at 5, here's a live look from Canal Park on this Monday evening. Let's take a look back at our top stories tonight. Tonight at 5, drivers through Duluth will notice some major changes near the Twin Ports interchange starting today. Traffic heading south on I-35 is now rerouted to Lower Michigan Street. And tonight at 6, we hear from Lowell Elementary students and principal about today's visit from Alan Page. Well, that's your news at 5. CBS3 Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.